What's up, you guys? Coach Magali here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. Thank you so much for being here. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering in detail how to perform the Romanian deadlift with perfect form, perfect technique, so that you don't get hurt, you get the benefit of the exercise, and you can feel confident that you're doing it right. I'll also be showing you 5 of my favorite variations to do depending on what equipment you have. If you're interested in content like this, learning how to lift properly, learning how to lose weight, build muscle, simplify everything, and finally get the results that you're looking for with a no BS approach, then this channel is for you. Do not forget to subscribe down below. Like this video for more content like this. If you have any other suggestions, any other questions, let me know below. And with all that being said, let's get right into the workout and finally conquer these Romanian deadlifts. The Romanian deadlift is one of the hardest and most technical exercises to learn. So first, don't beat yourself up if it's taking you a long time or you've been doing it for a while and you still haven't nailed it. It's such a specific lift. It's so unique, and therefore it takes a little bit of time to learn. I've had clients learn it their first session, and I've had clients take weeks and weeks and weeks of continuing to practice it over and over again for them to finally get it down. So don't worry, it takes time. Be patient with yourself. The main thing is that you don't stop practicing, because the more you do it, the better you're going to get. I recommend Romanians for every single person. It doesn't matter what your goals are. It doesn't matter your level. It doesn't matter even if you've been hurt in the past in your lower back before. That's a big misconception, that if you have a bad back or you have back issues that you can't do this. I disagree, and hopefully these techniques are going to help you to realize that. Doing this exercise at least weekly is going to be so good for you in so many ways, least of which build glutes, build your posture, and just be an overall better lifter. Let's get into mistake number 1. Getting the bar wrong from the ground up. The first thing you need to notice is where your feet stance is. You want to be just about shoulder width apart with your hands outside of your legs on the bar. The width of your hands is personal preference. You can go really wide, you can go super narrow, as long as you're outside of your legs. So for me, my personal preference is slightly wider than shoulder width. Once our hands are in position, it's time to pick up the bar. And a big mistake, and why people suffer so much with their lower back with these, is either you round way too much and there's no control of the upper back, or you squat way too low and you're using way too much leg. So this is now making it more of a traditional deadlift. How we fix that is once your hands are in the right position, you're going to bring your shins to touch the bar. Once you do that, you're going to sink your hips down while pulling your chest up. And from there, you just stand right up with the bar, ready to start the Romanian deadlift. The next big problem I see is a rounded upper back. So as you can see, my upper back is like inverted inward, and if you maintain this posture throughout your set, even though it's not as exaggerated, even the slightest curve is going to irritate the lower back. So how we fix that is, I want you to imagine that there is super glue inside your arm that is sticking your side of the arm to your armpit. So you can't move your arm from your armpit area. Then I want you to imagine somebody hit behind your knee. You know how that's really annoying and how you kind of like fall and your knees bend automatically? Where your knees naturally fall is where you want your knees to be. And from that point on, keeping the super glue in mind and the bent knee in mind, you're going to go down, pushing your hips back as you're trying to touch a wall behind you. By keeping your arms locked to your side and your knees slightly bent, you're going to have the best posture. Now you can see my lower back is straight, my upper back is straight. There is no curving, there is no bending. I am fully optimizing the form here. And you want to maintain that tension the entire set. The next issue is over bending the knee or not bending it enough. So if I never bend my knee and I have it locked out like this, as you can see, my lower back has to collapse forward, and that's going to put a ton of strain on my lower back. So if you're not bending your knee enough, you're going to feel it a lot in your lower back and in your hamstrings more than anything, not really the glutes. And then if you overbend the knees to now where you're squatting way too much, you're basically now just doing a regular deadlift, and you're losing the benefit of the Romanian, which is specifically to target the glutes and the hamstrings. When I mentioned earlier how someone knocks the back of your knee and you kind of collapse, that's as much as your knee should bend. And a good rule of thumb is, as you're progressing through the workout, your knee should never bend over the bar. That's your sign that you've bent it too much. And then of course, if it's not near the bar, then you're not bending it enough. Bending the knee slightly on the way down just before it's about to go over the bar, and then straightening it out as you lock out the lift, and repeating that every rep. Next mistake is over squeezing the glutes at the top. When you're locking the movement out, you don't want to push your glutes so far forward that your hips tilt in the forward direction. This is putting a ton of strain on your lower back, and it's not even giving you any benefit, because in fact, at the bottom of the exercise, when your glutes are all the way back, is when they are being worked out the most, not at the tops. And the other side of that is when you don't push your hips far forward enough, so you're just shy of locking out. How we fix that is, remember the super glute in the armpit, your arms are tight, your upper back is tight, and you want to stand neutral at the top of every rep. So you're squeezing your glutes enough to stabilize you, but not to push you forward, but enough to get you to that neutral position. You don't want to be too far forward in either direction. Next mistake is improper foot position. If you find yourself falling backwards during your deadlifts, it means you're leaning a little too far on your heels. If you have the opposite problem and you feel like you're falling forward and your heels tend to come off the ground, then your weight is shifted too far forward. So if you're leaning back during your deadlifts, what you want to think about is shifting your body weight forward so that now your weight is half and half. If you tend to feel like you're going to fall forward because you're too much on your toes, you want to do the opposite, shift backwards, keeping your feet steady, making sure you don't tilt one way or the other. So now that you're equipped to fix some very common mistakes with the Romanian, I'm going to show you 4 different variations to try depending on what you have available. The video, I went over how to correct your Romanian deadlift, a couple different variations depending on what equipment you have, and yeah, it's gonna take some time. Don't feel discouraged if you don't get really good right away. It really does take time. It's an exercise that is incredibly hard to learn no matter how advanced somebody is. I see people who are super strong in their deadlifts and squatting, but their Romanians suck. But hopefully that makes you feel better that you're not alone. Incorporate Romanian deadlifts at least weekly in your routine. Your lifts are going to improve, you're going to feel so much better, and of course it's going to give you the glutes of your dreams. Let me know if you found this video helpful in the comments below. Let me know which exercise you want me to do next. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Like the video, share it with somebody who you know is struggling with the Romanians and they need a little bit of help. Hopefully this video helps them as well, and it also helps my channel spread out the message to more people, so I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.